Hi everyone, this is Grace, and today we are going to be talking about what the essential oils are, where they come from, how they're made. We're going to talk a little bit about quality and what the difference is with different brands in Young Living, and how to use them. So we're going to do it in a few different segments this time. And so that way I'm not overwhelming you with lots of information. Later on we'll talk about different oils and how to use them in different ways. So right now I'm actually in my office. This is my massage room. So that's what that table is behind me in case you're curious. Right now we're doing this as an online class. So I know I've already talked with you about how I got involved with using oils and my testimony there. So if you're not a part of this online class and you're just watching it later on, feel free to ask and I'll be happy to share. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So what are essential oils? Well, basically it's the organic liquid that is inside of the plant. It's the lifeblood of every plant. And so because it is the plant's immune system, then when you take the oil out of it, the plant actually dies. So to me that's pretty amazing that when you take the essential oils out of the plant, we're using them to put on our bodies, or different ways, but we're using them to help balance our bodies. And so to me that's pretty neat. But so they are about 50 to 70% more potent than herbs. They're safe and natural. And obviously they're natural substances, just like we are. We're real. Well, hopefully we've got most all our body parts that are real. But anyhow, and that, so it's a good thing, obviously, that we're not toxic or synthetic. And so we want to put things in our body to help balance us that are natural and real substances. So what it does is it balances out our body because, like meets like. So natural and natural. And it helps balance out our body in many different ailments or whatever is going on. Oils have been used for many, many years. I know a lot of people are thinking that it's this new fad, but it's not actually. The essential oils are mentioned about 200 times in the Bible. And also they've been known to be used for healing ailments and or uplifting moods, different things like that for quite some time. And what's really neat is if you can go and see some pictures of what the old distilleries look like from ancient times, that they're pretty neat. And anyhow, that's a little tidbit. But so the oils are really high in frequency. So our bodies are made up of frequency levels. So what that is just an electrical energy flow. So just like how your heart needs electricity to pump, every part of your body has different levels of this electrical flow called frequency. And oils have all the same thing. Okay, go potty.
Oh, I want a hug.
Okay, come give me a hug. This is my little one, sorry. This is how we do things in our house. They're with us all the time or randomly. So, can you say hi?
Hi.
Oh, they can't see you. Here, go up here. Say hi.
Hi.
Alright, can you go potty? Okay, go ahead. Love you.
I'm going downstairs.
Okay, go ahead. Go
I
downstairs.
want to hurry up when I'm done.
Okay, you hurry up when you're done. Alright, sorry about that. So frequency, yes. All things have some, not all living things have some sort of frequency. And so what happens in the body is that because there's different frequency levels, a cold or flu starts at about 58, I think it is, around 60 is the level for a cold or a flu. And disease starts at a level of about 58. And it can go down, cancer is 42, and death is at 25, I believe is what it is. So that's the frequency levels in our bodies. And so oils are different, obviously, when they have their different range. And peppermint is at 78, frankincense is 147, and rose is 300 and I think it's over 300. Anyhow, so everything has different frequency levels to bring your body back into balance that way. Another thing that the oils have is they're very high in antioxidants, which help clear the body of free radicals, essentially toxins. And so essential oils are some of the most powerful antioxidants according to the ORAC value, if you've ever looked into that. And so each oil has different capacity for how much antioxidant levels it has. The same way as what was I going to say? I don't remember. But anyhow, so there's different levels. Like, oh, you're going poo-poo. Okay, just a minute. I'm going to pause. Hi, it's me again. Sorry about that. That's just the way it is in our house. So anyhow, we're going to keep going. So we were talking about antioxidant values, or levels. So anyhow, clove, antioxidant level of clove oil is over 1 million. And rose is 160,000. Rosewood oil or clary sage oil is 221,000. So it gives you a little bit difference in the different values. And when you're talking about antioxidants in food, so that capacity, vitamin E oil is about 3,300. Blueberries, which most people know as to have high antioxidants, is about 2,400. Oranges is about 750. So anyhow, it gives you a little bit good idea of where the range is on where the oils are with how highly antioxidant they are. They're constantly pulling out toxins out of the body. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that later. So let's go on. So when we're going to talk about different brands, there are lots of different brands of essential oils, and the sorry, my little one out there. So there's lots of different brands, and I have used some different brands. I was first introduced with Young Living, but I have used others since because I was curious. And again, you can read my full-on testimony in our online class that we were talking about. But I had some negative reactions to those, and it was at that, and other people were approaching me about some different ones. So it was at that time, excuse me, I can't talk, that I began to research the difference in oils and how Young Living is so different. So they are the largest and the oldest company. They've been around 20 years, and they have a giant amount. They're adding oils all the time, but are finding and exploring new plants and trees to distill from around the world. So we own, or Young Living, not we, Young Living owns most of their own farms all around the world: Ecuador, the United States, France, Oman, all kinds of places. But they do have a few farms that they do contract with, and whether it's their own farms or the ones that they are contracted with, they guarantee the top quality because they control everything from what's called seed to seal, and they're the only company that guarantees that seed to seal quality. And so what that seed to seal guarantee is that they control everything from when that first seed goes in to where it grows, not using herbicides or pesticides, and all the way to when they harvest, how they harvest, and then the distillation process. And what distillation means essentially is how they pull the oil out of the plant. And what they do is they'll harvest the flower, the plant, or the tree, whatever it is, and then they'll put it in these giant machines or metal tubs or whatever you want to call it. And what they're doing is using extremely low pressure. It's about 1 pound. It's around 1 pound or 2 pounds. I can't remember. And then they combine that with using heat or steam heat to be able to extract the oils out from the plant where the water is. And so you can see the separation with the oil on top and the water all in the bottom. And so it's really neat to be able to see that. So if you're near a Young Living farm, I would always encourage you to go see the whole process. But so they guarantee the whole from start to finish. And even once that's done, it's the whole warehouse and the packaging and everything is all guaranteed to make sure that it's the top quality. Young Living only will sell their first distillation. Now, the difference with that is that pretty much all other companies only sell the second, third, fourth distillations. And what those are well, simply is what it says. It's the second or third time of distilling, so doing the whole process again. But what that is there's only a very small fraction of the amount of therapeutic benefits in those different distillation processes. So Young Living only will sell the first distillation just because it has the utmost beneficial chemical constituents that they can get out of the plant. And so that's all the chemical compounds out of the plant to be able to provide you with the most healing benefits to balance out the body. And so what they also do are third-party testing. So Young Living has their own testing, and they also send out for third-party testing to make sure everything is top-notch quality, 100% pure. And even if something is completely pure and quality, if it's even a tiny bit off from what they consider to be their standards, the company won't sell it, which is pretty magnificent to me because they throw away hundreds of thousands of dollars that they could be made, even though it still has a lot of those healing or chemical constituents in it that would be beneficial. It's not up to their standard, which is extremely high. So that is a little bit about that process and how Young Living is compared to different brands. And so different brands, the ones in the stores, again, they are synthetic. They're made from a lab. And so the stuff that is in those, you don't want to put into your body at all because they're made synthetically. So they have toxins in them. So sometimes you'll see studies about people being aware or wary of essential oils and some of the damage that they could do. All those studies have been only done on synthetic oils, pretty much. They have not; those ones have not been done on Young Living. Young Living has never had any negative outcome with any of their oils ever, and they've been around 20 years, and people use them by the gallons. So anyhow, so that's a little tidbit there. But Young Living is just such an amazing company that I've been privileged to be around some amazing people that are all in it just to be able to help you learn and help you educate. You can find a lot of studies on PubMed.com regarding Young Living essential oils, and there's a lot of studies there, as well as Dr. H.K. Lim. He is not a part of Young Living, and he is a third-party tester, and he is doing research on some different oils and different brands and how they can kill different diseases. And some of what he's come up with in his research is that only Young Living brand of their frankincense is proving to kill cancer cells, specifically kidney cancer cells, and I believe some skin cancer cells as well. But anyhow, so that is, or don't quote me on the skin cancer part, I can't remember, but I do know it's kidney. Anyhow, so so that's another little aspect of how Young Living is different, and that it's really good for that. So you want to know where you're getting your oils. You want to know the source. You want to go back to the beginning and find out from beginning to end what's happening. And so there are actually 100 times more lavender sold in the United States each year than is actually grown in the entire world. So to me that's kind of interesting. It's like, where is all of that coming from then? So obviously it's made. It's synthetic. It's not real. So the FDA guidelines do not require verification for what's on the label is actually inside the body. So that is another aspect that you want to make sure. You want to know what's inside the bottle, but you can't guarantee that what's on the label is in there. And lavendin is commonly bottled and sold as lavender just because it's a lot cheaper to grow, but they're very, very different. So again, you just really want to know where your oils are coming from since you're going to be putting them in your body. So with a quick disclaimer, that's another one of my little ones. So again, the FDA has not approved this or what I'm saying. I'm not here to prevent, diagnose, or claim to cure anything or diagnose any disease or anything like that. So if you do have a medical condition, please, consult with your doctor. But so I am just going to be sharing experiences with you from myself or people that I personally know, or studies as well, and so different ailments that specific oils have helped with. So that is what we'll go with there, and we'll talk about those oils in a moment. Right now, there's no harmful side effects in oils, and they're immune strengthening. They're always detoxing your body, which your liver is constantly detoxing anyways. So you want to make sure that what you're putting in your body is good. And so the same thing when you're using any products. Excuse me. Putting on your skin and your mouth, when you're inhaling anything, it all goes, inside your body. And so the different ways that you can use the oils. You can use them topically by putting on your body. You can use them orally by putting them in your mouth, ingesting or putting in a capsule. Or you can use them by inhalation. So, putting on your hands and smelling deeply this way, or putting in a diffuser. So those are a few different ways to be able to use the oils. Now I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with those. So later on when I break out, no, I'll just do it now. So with the oils, this one is Release, and it's one that I actually use on my massage clients, so I still have some of these out on my desk. But so when you're going to use them for putting on topically, or using them at all, you want to put them in your hand. This is a little bit thicker one. So you want to put in your hand. 3 drops is usually just about enough. You don't need a lot. It's more the idea of getting a little bit in on a regular basis consistently as opposed to using a whole bunch at once. It's not like a one-hit wonder sort of idea like what we're used to. You want to use oils, like if you're trying to use them for something specific and it's not doing exactly what you're hoping for, then try again about 15 minutes and again about 15 minutes. And if it's not getting the desired results after about an hour, it's probably not the oil that your body is needing to help get back into balance. But so anyhow, I put it in here and then I circle it 3 times, and what that is doing is actually creating an electrical charge. So again, we're talking about the frequency, and it creates an electrical charge to increase the frequency of the oils to put into your body. And when you put them in your body, obviously it helps to go deeper into the body, into that area quicker, to be more effective. Just a minute, I need to pause again. Hi everybody, so this is going to be the 3rd part in our 3-part series on introduction to essential oils. So on this one we're going to be talking about the different ways to use the oils, how to apply them, the most common oils and some blends. and we may even look up some ailments, excuse me, and some specific oils that can help with those areas, as well as talking about some different kits. So let's get started. Alright, so the different ways to use the oils. Most people know them as orally, topically, and inhalation. So when we're talking about safety and how to use them, there are two different theories on whether you should ingest them or not. So the French model says, yes, it's okay to ingest, and the British educational model says, no, we don't ingest. So Young Living follows the French model, and the reason being is because anything that you put on your skin or you smell anyways is going to get inside your body, because your skin is your largest organ and we absorb everything for a reason. So it's going to get inside your body and go to all of your organs and all your cells anyhow. So why would you put something on your body that you don't want inside, regardless of whether it's oils or shampoo or what you eat or anything? So when you come across some studies or some different stuff out there claiming that, oh, you know, essential oils it's dangerous to be able to ingest them, all of those studies have been done by the oils for other brands that commonly have synthetics and are made from labs, so they have those toxins in them, which obviously your body does not handle. And of course you're going to get bad outcomes putting junk inside your body. So same thing with the oils in the stores, like we talked about the quality earlier. Those I definitely would not be putting on my body or ingesting. They are pretty much just to smell nice, but even then, anything you're smelling will get inside your body as well. So if you want to do research, I encourage you to go to PubMed.com and search in Young Living essential oils, and you'll come up with some great studies there. I think I mentioned earlier about the studies that Dr. H.K. Lim is doing in his research, finding that only the Young Living brand is killing the cancer cells, frankincense, Young Living frankincense, Anyhow, so that is the aspect on the research part. But again, this is all up to your discretion and your wisdom on how you feel about things. And so again, orally you can put in a capsule. Just put the oils in a clear vegetable capsule and ingest them that way. And you can put them under the tongue. Some of them aren't going to taste very great, but that's okay. Sometimes they're just absolutely needed. And that's a very quick way to get into your bloodstream because of the mucous membranes inside your cheek and under your tongue. It's a very fast way to get inside your body. And we'll talk a little bit about that later in some of my testimonies as well. Another way when you put it under your tongue is to press your thumb against the roof of your mouth and count for about 30 seconds. And what that does is it helps the oil to go straight through to the pituitary gland, quicker, and then it goes throughout the body much faster. You don't have to do it, it's just an extra little tidbit to get that benefits quicker. So there's that under your tongue, and then another way orally is to put in your water. Some oils taste fantastic in your water or teas. And then when you're talking about putting it in your food that you're cooking, that's okay. You just know that you're going to be losing those therapeutic benefits because you're cooking them at a certain temperature. I don't remember the exact temperature, but you want to keep your oils at about room temperature. And if they get anything above, I think it's 100, it's around 100. Don't quote me, just I know it's around 100 somewhere. Then you're losing the therapeutic benefits of the oil. They still smell great, but just know that that's what that is. So when you are leaving them, or you accidentally leave them in your car during the summer, advice, don't do that. But if you do, then bring them inside at room temperature and leave them there that way until they cool down before you take off the lid. Because what happens when you take off the lid is it changes the chemical compounds in the oil. So we want you to be able to still have the most therapeutic benefits that you can get from them. So that is orally, using them orally. Another way is by inhalation. And you can do that through diffusers. There's many diffusers. This is one of the Young Living ones that comes in the premium kit and then the starter kit plus. And this is the home diffuser, and then you just put some water in it. It shows you, and then you put some drops in here, and the steam comes out the top. So that is diffusing oils, and another way is by inhaling, putting in your hands, and then breathing in deeply, or breathing in deeply over and over and over again, with deep breaths, inhaling, and that is a way inhalation. So both those ways get in through the brain and through the lungs. So topically, that's the other way to put them and use them on your body. So many people, when they get their oils, they're worried, I don't know where to put them, how to use them. But really, you just slap them on and you're good to go. But I mean, if there's something specific you're trying to help them for, then go more towards that area. So if you've got oils that you're trying to help detox the liver, then put them over the liver or the stomach. If you have diarrhea or constipation or something, some upset tummy, then put them on over the stomach, which is right here. Put them on over the stomach or all over the intestines, because the intestines are all over the stomach pretty much. So, so you just put it all over on your stomach if you've got something going on there. Or if it's a pain on your neck, then you put it on your neck or your shoulder, or cramping. So it's just, if it's whatever issue it's going for, you can put it for that area. Or if it's a headache, then put it on the back of your neck, under your skull, across the forehead, swipe there, and on the temples, but try not to get it too close to your eyes. And also for headaches, putting them on the liver points is really good as well, because there are many reasons for headache and why that can come about. But if it's an issue with the liver being congested or your body's having a hard time eliminating something, then you can put over the liver. And one liver point is right here between the thumb and the pinky finger. Not the ring finger either, I can't talk, the pointer finger, right here, and where that meaty portion is on your hand. This is another liver point, and often when you have a headache, this area is very tight and very tense. So even just massaging that it'll hurt pretty much. It'll be pretty tight when your liver is a little bit congested. And so when you have a headache, putting oil there and massaging that and trying to relax it is a great way to help. Another liver point is right here on the arm, in between the elbow, and you come down just a little bit, and in between there's a little socket, and that's another area that's going to be tight as well, and you can put it there. But anyhow, those are just some extra tidbits. You don't have to. I'm a massage therapist, so I just happen to know a lot. But you can learn more as well. And the other thing, if you're unsure of where to put it, then the most safest area, is just on the bottom of your feet, to where you're good to go. You just put on the bottom of your feet, and the back of your neck, or on your wrist, to where you can still smell it and get the other aspects. On the back of the neck is another area where it gets in deeply and can go to many areas. But on the bottom of the feet, the skin is very porous, and so it soaks everything in really quickly. And on the bottom of the feet, there are different areas that are connected with different parts of the body. And there's some pictures in a book I'll show you about in a minute that can help you, or you can look up VitaFlex or meridians and see some of your own pictures as well. So like, for example, if you've got something like snoring, you're trying to help with snoring, then most people would think of, I don't know, on the nose or the lungs, which are great, that's fine. You can put it on the lungs or the back of the neck. But another really good point is to put it on the bottom of the big toe and the middle toe, just because that area is connected to the brain and the sinuses. So if you're trying to do something for snoring and you're going to be using thyme and valor, both of those are really, really good ones for helping the body to balance out whatever's going on for snoring. But anyhow, so that's an example on how you would do that. But either way, you can just put it all over the bottom of your feet. So when you're talking about the oils on whether using them neat, which means no carrier oil, you're just using the oil straight on the area. That's called neat. So you can use the oils neat, or you can use them diluted. So you're going to be adding some sort of carrier oil, a fatty oil, which would be coconut oil. You don't want to use vegetable. Coconut oil or olive oil are common. There's lots of other carrier fatty oils to use, but those are the two most common. And so if you want to use dilution on your body, that would be fine. You just, rub a little coconut oil on your tummy and then put the essential oil on your tummy after that. So you can dilute it a little bit, especially with children. I'm going to say personal experience, but also suggestion to always use a carrier oil when you're going to be putting on babies and children. If you're going to be putting it anywhere on the body, just dilute it pretty good. Use a lot of coconut or olive oil first before you're going to put the oil on, except for on the bottom of the feet. That's one area, no matter who you use, you're pretty much not going to feel it. There's just something about the bottom of the feet, you're not going to feel it that much at all, and so you don't really need to use any carrier oil on the bottom of your feet. Plus, if you did, you wouldn't be able to walk around for a long time. And what the carrier oil does is it's not that it's taking away the oil from getting in your body. What it's doing is slowing down the process. So the essential oils are constantly detoxing your body when you have them on. But when you add in a carrier oil, what that fatty oil is doing is just helping to slow down that process. And so some of the more warming oils like thieves or peppermint or any of that kind of icy hot feelings that you would think of or tingling, what that is doing, if it causes a warming sensation on your skin or your skin kind of gets a little bit of red, it's not a reaction, it's just that your body is reacting at that moment to detoxing pretty quickly from that oil. Whatever is in that oil, obviously your body needs it really well. But that warming sensation can be a little bit too much sometimes. So you just add some more carrier oil on it and it'll slow down that process. And so, where was I at? Oh, topically. So that's pretty much the ways to use them, and people are always coming up with more. You don't ever want to put oils directly in the ear or directly in the eye. If you're using it for helping the body to balance out for ear infection, then you would put it, I'm trying to show you, behind the ear, down the neck, going backwards here, the front of the ear down, and then just dab around the very out of the ear. And obviously you'd be doing massaging down. You can do some lymph drainage there downwards to be able to help the oils or the ear to be able to drain. Anyhow, so there's so many ways, and if it's a lung issue, you can put it on the chest or on the lungs, or put it with a warm compress. Put some on with a carrier oil on, and then put a heated bag of rice or a heating pad over that area and using it as a warm compress to get into that area fast and quickly. Another good point I will make out really quick when using it topically on the bottom of the feet is if it is something that's used for respiratory issue. Again, we talked about the chest, the lungs, or in the back. But is the lung point on the bottom of the feet is pretty powerful. and that is on the bottom of the foot, down from the toe to where the toe and the fatty part of your foot actually meet. So in that pocket, like the back of the toe on the bottom there, that's the lung point on your foot. And so if you put an oil there, it gets directly to the lungs pretty quick. That's another way, I'll go into testimonies later. So anyhow, that is a really good start. I know we've been 15 minutes now, but those are the different ways to use them and some safety. So now we're going to go through and talk about some different oils. So first we're going to talk about lavender. And I'm going to be looking down at my notes and my presentation that I normally do when I teach this class in person. So, we talked about oils. When you're using them, you're going to open the oil, and they've got this little lid on to protect it from coming out so fast or dumping it. So what you're going to do is just about 3 drops is about all you need of what you're going to be using it for. You don't need it any more than that, really. If you're not getting the desired results after about 15 minutes, then do it again, or add another layer of a different oil or a combination of oils. And then later on, after about an hour, if you keep using it and it's not really getting the desired results you're wanting, then your body just needs a different oil for whatever reason is going on. It doesn't mean that it's not working, because like I said, they're always detoxifying, and they get to every cell in the body within 21 minutes, excuse me. Whether you're putting on topically, inhaling, or orally, either way, it gets to every cell of the body within 21 minutes. So anyhow, we just got to give a little bit of time usually, or add a layer and a layer. We in our society and culture now, we like a quick fix, and they're not a quick fix. Sometimes they can be. Like my husband, he uses Digize. It's a blend, and he uses that one anytime he has an upset stomach for any reason. He puts a few drops on his stomach, and it's gone like that. Me, I have to apply over and over and over again, and I have to use fennel and peppermint for mine to feel better. But it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We just have different bodies, and we're made up differently. So with the oil, you're going to put it in your hand, or you can put it straight on the body. It's fine. But when you put it in the hand, again, use a few fingers, and you're going to just circle it 3 times. And what that does is, again, it's just creating an electrical charge. Since the oils already have frequencies, so you're just creating an electrical charge, and it helps it to get into the body faster. So if you're going to put it on, or faster and to work deeper. So if you're going to put it on, you just, put it on the back of your neck like that. If you're going to put it on topically or wherever else on your body you're putting it, if you're going to be dealing with inhalation, then you'd put it on and be breathing it in deeply. Oh, that smells so heavenly. I wish you were here so you could smell all these and would be showing you. But anyhow, so when you're putting it on, that's how you would do it. You don't want to be going like this with the oils. And you definitely don't want to wash them off afterwards, because you want to be able to get all the benefits that you can from your oils. Anyhow, so you don't want to do that. What that does when you go like this is breaking up the chemical compounds in the oils, and it's just scientifically, it still works great. It just breaks it apart, so it doesn't get as much into your body as you can get the benefits from. So anyways, there is that. And I was going to say something, but I don't remember. Anyhow, so lavender is great for relaxation, for sleep. Again, first of all, let me rewind. Everything I'm going to be talking about, please note that I'm not trying to, disclaimer, I'm not trying to diagnose or cure or treat any kind of disease. All these oils are doing is helping to bring your body back into balance that it needs to be. So I'm just going through all this list of the different things that it can help with, and can help the body to balance again. So anyhow, so it can help with sleep, relaxation, burns. Burns are, it's huge, fantastic for this lavender. Lavender is a favorite in our house. We use this all the time. I've burned myself because I'm a klutz many times in the kitchen, and I just put the lavender neat So I just put it straight on the burn and over and over and over and over again, and it helps soothe so quickly. I have even had different burns that I haven't got scarred from, that I was sure I was going to get scarred from. Same thing with when you get a sunburn, when you've been outside all day. I put in the lavender on. I've got where I get a sunburn and it relieves the burning right away or a little bit later, and it helps me to not have that aching. Or the next day when you get a sunburn, usually it's bright red. Well, usually mine is pretty much gone. So lavender is huge. Excuse me, for burns. Bug bites, scrapes, cuts, and it can be really helpful for seasonal allergies. And sometimes it's good for people for headaches, and for me, I have other ones that my body prefers for headaches, but it's a common one that people like for headaches. Nausea, it can help with nausea, mosquito bites even, or acne and allergies. So that one is lavender. Lemon oil is one of those. Oh, I forgot lavender. It is a huge antihistamine. Huge. Now again, I'm not telling you not to take your EpiPen or go to the hospital if you need to do that. But for me, I found that I was having all of a sudden major hives, head to toe. My whole body broke out in the hives. And I told you a little bit about my testimony before. Medically, I'm kind of complicated and what's going on with my body. But just a random thing, I broke out in hives head to toe, and it was really bad. And so I knew lavender was great since it was such a high antihistamine. And so I just put a couple drops under my tongue, pressed it to the roof of my mouth for 30 seconds, and then I get it again in 15 minutes. And by the time I did it the second time in 15 minutes, it stopped getting worse. I guess you could tell that the hives weren't as supple, or they weren't so high off the skin. Then I did it that second time after 15 minutes, and it went down again. And then the third time, it was it. My whole body went down, and the hives were completely gone. So it can help greatly in terms of a major allergic reaction. Lavender is one of those. It's such a high antifungal that sometimes it can be a little bit warming on the skin. We're talking about some warming abilities. Some of the oils are more warming, and with little ones especially, you just don't want to wash them off your hands, but you just want to be careful if you're going to be using them neat. You know, just putting on, just to be careful about grabbing your little baby right away, and if you happen to grab them or something, pick them up and get your skin of the oils on there. Again, the oils, they soak in really fast, so because they're not a fatty oil. So it's not going to be on the outer part of the skin very long. But anyhow, if you pick them up right away and the arm happens to be a little red and they're looking a little fussy, then it's just warming. So again, just throw on some carrier oil and it'll help relieve them. But just be careful about that. So lavender, lemon. No, we're on lemon. Lemon is fantastic for putting in your water. I know you can't see this very well. The light is glaring. But anyhow, so lemon is great. Just about 3 drops in your water. Doing that 3 times a day is fantastic for lowering pH levels in your body, so making your body more alkaline as opposed to acidic. And so that can really help ward off a lot of tummy issues or yeast issues or whatever's going on with digestion and elimination. It can actually get rid of gum and some crayon and other oil residues on the wall, which is pretty neat. It's great as an air freshener. It's very cleansing in the air. It can be really good for focusing mentally and uplifting the spirit. It really can help with support the respiratory system and circulation system. And varicose veins, it can be good for varicose veins as well as kidney stones. A good friend of mine had used this with a couple other oils for eliminating some kidney stones, and that worked really well for her. And it can also be an antidepressant. Peppermint. So peppermint is a fantastic one, and you'll notice it smells very different than a lot of the ones, well, any other one that I've ever smelled on the market, and other companies, especially lavender and peppermint smell different. But so peppermint is another one that's really good for digestion, an upset tummy. If you're going to use it that way, then just a couple drops around the belly button is great. Or on the bottom of the feet. It's really good for nausea and heartburn. And fevers. It can help bring down fevers. It can help the body to bring down fevers by putting on the bottom of the feet of little ones or on yourself. And again, it's just to help bring down it enough to where the person is a little bit more comfortable, you know, as the body's trying to fight off whatever's going on, because that's really what a fever is anyways. So you don't want to get rid of the fever, but it can help to bring it down a little bit. Peppermint is one of the most common ones people know for muscle or joint relaxation or pain, for headaches. It can help with mental focus and concentration. It's really good for the respiratory system when you're having, you know, a cold or sinus issues. And it also works really good for layering. If you're going to be putting other oils on, layering them is basically putting one oil on and another on top. It's just all that means. But if you're going to use peppermint for layering or in part of whatever you're using it for, then just make sure it's last, because what peppermint also does is it helps to helps all the other oils to seep in even deeper and quicker and be more effective. And it can help relieve fatigue. It's actually pretty well known, obviously, for pain and cramps and nausea, but it can also be a really good boost in exercising. There's actually these studies that if you put a little bit of peppermint on before your workout, then you have more stamina, which is pretty neat. I haven't tried it, but I've just noticed the studies and had a couple friends that it works good for. So the next one is frankincense. I'm grabbing out of this kit right now, and that's what I'm doing. So frankincense is just heavenly. I love it. I crave it, and it's probably because it can help repair, can help the body to repair the DNA cells, which is fantastic and amazing and crazy, and I'm always blown away by God's oils and plants and stuff that He has given us to be able to help heal our bodies. But anyhow, so it can help repair DNA tissue, and that's probably why I'm so drawn to it. I just love the smell. But anyhow, it's really calming and uplifting. It can help with cellular growth as well as supporting the immune system. It's fantastic for anti-aging around the skin. Young Living has many products, and they have a lot of skin line. And one of the main ingredients in their skin line is the frankincense oil. But even just dabbing around wrinkles or scars, it helps decrease the signs of my scars from my lovely babies. We have 4 kids, and so I've got some stretch marks, especially since I'm a little person and I get really big. But anyways, so it has helped with decrease scar tissue and skin issues. And again, frankincense I was talking to you about kills the cancer cells, and I already talked about scars. It's also an antidepressant. It can work to help with depression as well. So we love frankincense. And when in doubt and you don't know what to use, frankincense is like the holy grail of essential oils. So if you have that, you're good to go. Purification. It is a blend, and it is one of our absolute favorites. We use it all the time. It's a blend, and it has citronella, lemongrass, lavender, rosemary, melaleuca, which most people know as tea tree oil, and myrtle. So it purifies and cleanses the air. And we diffuse this all the time. I can't stand the smell of bacon or eggs. I know I'm crazy, but I just don't. Or fish, or stinky shoes, or socks, or pet odor, whatever it is. I have a really sensitive nose. I used to get headaches all the time. I still do whenever I walk in those bathrooms with the scented things coming through, and my body just does not respond to toxins very well, so I used to get headaches all the time. I mean from any kind of scents or perfume, but these are so extremely strong and potent, and I never get headaches from them because they're not bad for me. They actually help. So anyways, it neutralizes all the smells of mildew, smoke, any kind of issues like that. We diffuse it afterwards, and it really helps with. It cleanses the air. It really can help with, we use this a lot with cuts and insect bites, scrapes, because it's such a good antibacterial, antiviral, all those stuff. So it can help clean out those owies. We use this instead of Neosporin or lavender. We'll use either one of these instead of Neosporin. And so we're using this all the time for our kids. This actually is my deodorant. I don't use any other deodorant. Again, before with the issues I was talking with my health, I don't detox really well. So I need to be really conscious about what I put in my body, on my body, you know, what I'm smelling, all of that, because it goes in my body. So I've tried so many different natural deodorants, and they still are really bad. I mean, I still stink really bad. So I've been using Purification as my deodorant for I don't know, 6-7 months or something like that, and it works great for me. I just do a few drops straight on under the armpits, and I'm good to go for the whole day, even during the summer. Obviously, if I have just shaved, then I'll use the carrier oil first, because that's why it stings. But anyways, so we love this one a lot. And Purification, any kind of bacteria, wounds, cuts, mold, that sort of stuff. So Peace and Calming, that is the next one we're going to be talking about. It is another blend. It's got blue tansy, tangerine, patchouli, orange, and ylang ylang. It smells very good. My two ones that I go for regarding to de-stress and relax is either Peace and Calming or Stress Away. They both smell very differently but have similar effects. So some people prefer one over the other. And this is our car oil for our kids to help them calm down when we're on long trips. We just slather on everybody before we get in the car, and then we'll try and put it in the diffuser, even put it on a few drops on a cotton ball and just shove it in the air thing. Can't think of what it's called right now. But anyhow, so we use this one a lot. Our son calls it his bedtime oil. He puts on before he goes to bed because it can be very relaxing. It can really help with emotional distress and uplift your moods. It can actually even help with reducing jaw clenching. And so some people it can help with for anxiety or depression or even hypertension. So we really love Peace and Calming in our house. Panaway is another blend, and Panaway is essentially to help pain go away. It's another blend with hillcrysum, wintergreen, clove, and peppermint, and it smells very good. What most people attribute it to is icy hot or Vicks, you know, what they're feeling when they use that. It's sort of that same sort of feeling. Because it can soothe growing pains. It's so good with joint pain, especially joint pain. Any kind of joint pain or muscular pain. Help relieve sore muscles after workouts. I use it in my massage practice when somebody's dealing with a specific pain area. I use lots of different oils depending on what the issue is in my massage practice. But it can help with circulation, reduce swelling and bruising. And really, my husband, it works great for his muscle spasms that he has typically. And another friend of mine, she uses it for her arthritis issues, and it works great for her on that. So we love PanAway. And again, that one is one that does definitely have the icy hot feeling. And if you don't like it, just add some carrier oil to it. So Valor, oh, it's not in my kit because I have, they changed the kits on here. I was looking at Valor because that's on my presentation that I need to update. Valor Hover is amazing. Another blend the nickname is called Chiropractor in a Bottle, and even though it's not in the kit, you should get it. It's amazing. Young Living just acquired another farm that they're building, and they're just now harvesting in Canada. This is March 2015. So hopefully there's a certain tree that they're growing up there, black spruce, which is hard to come across, and so that's why Valor hasn't been in stock for a long time now. But what used to be in the kitten is a big favorite, and we use it a lot. It's got frankincense, rosewood, blue tansy, and spruce, but it also is in a coconut oil base already in it. It's major for anti-inflammatory, for helping bones and joints, and for alignment and repairing tissues. So we love that one a lot. So Joy is another one that is in this kit. Joy, again, is a blend. It's high in rose, and so some people, when they smell it, they're kind of taken back by the smell of rose. I'm actually not a big fan of rose scent in general, but that's okay. Maybe I just need a little bit more joy. But it has rose, bergamot, mandarin, ylang ylang, lemon, geranium, jasmine, palmarosa, Roman chamomile, and rosewood. So it has a lot in it, and it's very uplifting and emotionally balancing. It does smell good, but some people don't like the scent. I'm just not a big fan. It's not my favorite, even though it does smell good. It can really help in the middle of an emotional breakdown. Even just rubbing over your heart is a good place to put it when you're having a hard time, and it can help with intimacy, excuse me, I can't speak right, issues, but Joy is another good one. Thieves is a favorite in our house. We use this all the time. I buy the big bottle every single month because we use it all the time. Thieves is another blend. It's got clove, rosemary, lemon, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, radiata, and I already said rosemary in it. And so we love it. It is about it's major antifungal, major anti-inflammatory, majorly antiviral, and blah, 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 blah. It is huge for killing off mold or any kind of serious viral bacterial thing going on. So we diffuse it often in our house because of the cinnamon scent in it. I love it's one of my favorite scents, so I diffuse it all year round. But some people just prefer that at Christmas season. Excuse me. And so it has helped us really reduce major colds. When we had the flu last winter, I went all out with this and a couple other oils on the other family members, or the family members who did have the flu and those who didn't. Anytime we get a cold coming on, we start using this and some other oils internally. One that's called Inner Defense is actually capsules the Young Living cells itself, which is a blend of a lot of these same chemical compounds that have in them, antiviral, bacterial, fungal, that kind of sort of thing. So we up our probiotics, and we take the Inner Defense, and we take our vitamin C, and we diffuse the Thieves, or if somebody's starting to get sick, we do all that and a lot of it, and put this on the bottom of our feet. But especially for the other 3 members that I did a lot on did not catch the flu, and 2 of them that I used the most of the Thieves on, it greatly reduced their symptoms, while I, being mommy, was horrible because I didn't do a lot on me. Anyhow, that's my own fault. But Thieves actually gets its name from back when they were having the Black Plague. There was this group of people that would go and steal from in the houses of the people that had the plague and off their bodies even. And everybody was just astounded and wondering why these thieves were not getting sick, and it's because they pretty much used most of the oils in here on themselves, or they used them. I don't know how, but they used them, and that's how they didn't get sick. So that's how they get the name for this. That one is great for numbing as well, so for strep throat or any kind of pain in your throat. Some people can take it to where they just tip it way far back and drop it straight on the back of their throat, and they can handle that fine. I'm not one that can. I kind of freak out at that. It's really hot on me, and so I don't typically like that. But my kids do okay if I layer it in honey, or I do a drop real quick and then chase it down with milk. They're okay. Couple of them are. Others, a couple of my other kids, we just put it on the throat if they have throat pain. I'll put coconut oil on first because it is a very, very warming sensation, especially with the cinnamon in it. And so it can really help get rid of some throat pain and numbing. So even though you might put in the back of your throat, it can kill the virus or bacteria, whatever's going on, but it is instant numbing, instant relief, which is really nice too if you have a baby that's teething. Put about like 1 drop in about 1 tablespoon, or 1 teaspoon is fine, but if you want more, you can do 1 tablespoon of coconut oil or something and just rub it on their gums. It'll really help the soothing and the numbing there. And it's shown in all these studies to be super effective against black mold specifically. And we purchased an extra special kind of diffuser, which is a different type. It pulls the oil straight out and breaks them down. It doesn't mix with water like this diffuser does. And so what that does, and that difference with that diffuser, is it gets the oil straight into the air. The molecules then can absorb everything a lot faster. So that diffuser is called the TheraPro, and we use that one for when we did discover a tiny bit of mold, since we had a water leak, and we put it in the same room as the carpet, and it got rid of the mold in there. And and it hasn't come back since either. And I also know a fun story later on if you want to know about that. But the thieves, oh yeah, so in the room you'd want to put it in the special diffuser and then have it going at high speed for like 72 hours. You got to go in there and change it. And if you really have mold that you're trying to get rid of in the room, that's what you would do. But anyhow, it's fantastic for that. We put it in, I make my own cleaning. Young Living does have a cleaning solution, which I love, and I use a capful, and I put it inside my large jug of cleaner, or my empty jug, spray bottle. I just put a little capful of the cleaning solution in it, and then with a little bit of my vinegar, and I fill it up with water. And it works fantastic. It is 99.9 something percent antibacterial, thieves is. So it's just as much as bleach, but yet bleach is absolutely horrible for you. So anyhow, we use it as their cleaning, and even if I run out of my cleaning solution, then I'll just put the thieves straight in there. Sometimes when I forget my washer machine overnight, then I drop a couple drops of the thieves oil in there and wash it again to clean out, and it gets rid of that yucky kind of smell. So that was a long time on thieves. Then we also have Stress Away. Stress Away is the one I was talking about, which is amazing. I just absolutely love it. It is very relaxing. For me, it's my favorite. And the way I use Stress Away is I put on the back of my neck, and I inhale deeply, and I put on the bottom of my feet. I use it in the middle of that big mommy meltdown moment, run into my bedroom, put this on a whole bunch, deep breaths, take some time to myself and recoup. And the kids know that, and sometimes leave them banging on the door, but it helps me to calm down. And that's in my most big mommy moment. that I need. But anyhow, we really use it in the car anytime, even for tension or stress or fears. It can help us relax from fears and uplift us. But I just absolutely love this, and it's helped me relax so much. Because of my testimony I was talking about earlier, I tend to have anxiety and panic attacks, and especially when I'm driving in bad weather, and especially at night in bad weather. So I keep certain oils in the car. I keep my frankincense, lavender, and Stress Away in the car for those reasons, but then also at home when I'm starting to feel anxiety or panic attack coming on, I use them, and they greatly, greatly reduce everything going on. My heart stops beating so fast. I can breathe normal. I'm not in that fight or flight mode, so I'm not in that super heightened awareness anymore. So that really helps me to calm down in those areas, and so helps me be the better mom that I want to be. So that is Stress Away, and the other one that I want to talk about is Citrus Fresh. It is a blend of many citrus oils, and the citrus oil, how they get it is they get it out, the oil they get from the rind. Citrus Fresh is just a blend, again, with like tangerine, orange, lemon, grapefruit. I can't think if there's another one or not, but that one is another very tasty one to put in your oil, put in your water. Anyhow, so those are some of the most common oils that people know with some blends. They also are the ones that come in the kit, the premium kit. So there are a couple different kits. There is the basic kit. If you're wanting to get started or be able to use the oils, there's the basic starter kit, which comes with this thing, and inside it you've got some little bit of booklets and some other information about the oils and how to use them. Some of the same stuff we talked about today, the different oils and what they're good for. And then it also comes with samples from some different of those oils, and those samples you can keep in your purse or give to your friends if somebody wants to try something. It comes with a roller bottle, it comes with Citrus Fresh. Citrus Fresh right in here, but I took it out, and a roller ball, so that you put on top of the oil, and oil bottle, and then it's just got a little roller ball on it, so then it can roll on. The kids love those especially, and my little toddler, she puts them on the bottom of her feet that way, and they just tend to like rollers. It's good for when you need a quick application, especially when you're using for headaches and stuff. Anyhow, that one we like to put on peppermint usually, or maybe the Pan Away or Stress Away. Since I use that so much, I always put a roller ball on there. And then it also comes with Ningxia Red packets, which are not in here. It comes with 3, but we drink ours. So sorry you can't see that. But so we love the Ningxia Red. It's a super high antioxidant juice, and there's little packets that they come in, and we love them, and they're mainly made up of wolfberries is what it is. Contains like 93% D-limonene, which is a very potent antioxidant, and at the moment it's the highest drink out there on the market that has the highest amount of antioxidants in it. It has other oils in it as well, and it really helps us as well when we're trying to get over a sickness or joint issues or pain or whatever is going on, or detoxing. So in this basic kit, this is $40, and it's, maybe I'll go this side. So it comes with everything in here, and then some other information, and it also includes the 24% off discount that you get, that now that you're a member, just like you'd pay, to go to Costco or something. Being a member, you get that 24% off retail price from here on out. So that is the basic kit. Then there's the Basic Plus. Basic Starter Plus, so it's everything that you get in the starter kit. And that, I think, is $75 is the Basic Starter Plus. And that also, the only difference is that includes the diffuser itself. And the diffuser itself is normally $75. So there you would get the diffuser and the Basic Start if you wanted that. The one that I always recommend, though, is the Premium Kit. The Premium Starter Kit is $150, and it includes all of these oils. So all the oils that we talked about today, minus the Valor, because that's not in the kit anymore. But so there, it includes 11 oils with the Premium Kit, all the ones that we talked about today. It includes the starter package and the diffuser. And normally, and the, the 24% off getting it. So it's such an amazing deal because even, all of those 11 oils and the diffuser and the kit and everything would normally cost $300 retail, but with Enrolling it's, $150. So it's just such a fantastic deal. And I just always recommend it because then that's the best way you can try so many oils, to try them for so many different things. You don't have to get that one. You can do the smaller one and buy oils randomly. It's just kind of the most bang for your buck would be to get that one, since it has so many oils that you can start trying to see, experimenting with your family and what you can use. So that is about all of those oils. If you have any questions, feel free to call me or message me or email. My email is gracedbyoils@gmail.com. That's GRACED byoils@gmail.com. So you're welcome to ask me any questions. I'm here to help. And Young Living is not about the money, really. That doesn't matter. If you want to get oils, that's great. I'm just here to help you learn about them and how to use them. So I'll be here and continue to help you get resources. Oh, speaking of resources, I was going to tell you a little bit about this book, The Everyday Oils Pocket Reference. I recommend everyone get. It's only $24 or $25 at Life Science Publishing. That's where you get it. But if you end up signing up with me in my group or in part of my team, then I send you one of these for free. So that's another $25 that you would get in addition to free when you sign up for the Premium Kit. So anyhow, this is such a fantastic reference book that I absolutely love. I've been using it for so long. It's like almost 500 pages. And I use it all the time. I've got multiple ones. It's great because it's got your single oils. Sorry, the sun is glaring. It's got your single oils that you can search, and blends and ailments, all the different ailments that you can search. So let me give you an example. Let's talk about Idaho Blue Spruce. Young Living has the most amount of oils as well out of any other company, probably because we've been around the most or the longest, and they're always searching out new farms and creating new farms to get more oils. Anyhow, so Idaho Blue Spruce is another one that I absolutely love, and I use it a lot with Idaho Balsam Fir, because Idaho Balsam Fir lowers cortisol levels and helps you really to de-stress, and Idaho Blue Spruce raises your oxytocin, which most people know is the love hormone. So they work really well together when you're having a hard time for whatever reason. Idaho Blue Spruce also is, they're just now showing the research is proving that they're able to, Idaho Blue Spruce is killing some cancer cells as well, which is really neat. Anyhow, so here it talks about the botanical family, so what plant it comes from, the plant origin, the extraction method, so it's steam distilled from all the tree parts. The key constituents is what each one goes through when you're talking about. So that's basically the chemical compounds inside the plant. So this one is really high in alpha-pinene, but many others as well. It talks about the ORAC level. So again, that's the antioxidant level. The historical data, some ways that it had been used for in the past. anyhow, and then it talks about medical properties and how you can use it. Like this one, analgesiac, reduces sensitivity to pain, essentially. Antioxidative, antibacterial, relaxant, possibly anti-cancerous. And that was before they started doing these studies, finding out that it is. Uses: antibacterial, pain relief, insecticide, antioxidant, expectorant, expectorant, I can't talk. So that breaks up mucus, essentially. Induces relaxation. It's an NAC receptor. It's hard to talk about. Inhibitor prevents oxidation of LDL and GABA, and antimicrobial. So fragrant influence is it releases emotional blocks, bringing about feelings of balance and grounding. It talks about the application, where you can put the oils, like in the VitaFlex points I was talking about on the bottom of your feet. It talks about where or how often to diffuse. And then it also can be found in the some other blends. And so here, this is also in Believe in Transformation. So that's Idaho Blue Spruce. And the book also talks about blends or ailments. And so I marked looking up for headaches. So there's so many different ailments in here that this book talks about. You can just read. Go to and see if you've got the oils on hand. Most of the oils in the kit actually, most of the time when you're searching an ailment, at least one of the oils are in from your kit are one of the ones that can help the body bring back into balance for this. So headache. There's so many reasons why a headache can come about. So it talks about going and looking at under stress or hypoglycemia, liver disorders, menstrual or hormone conditions, because again, it can be many other reasons. Anyhow, so here it recommends peppermint, clove, copaiba, eucalyptus globulus, eucalyptus blue, dorade azul, German chamomile, lavender myrrh, Roman chamomile, rosemary, spearmint, valerian, wintergreen. And then blends: brain power, clarity, deep relief, M-grain, pan away, stress away, relieve it, RC, raven, tranquil. So there's so many. And then it also talks about, sometimes there's some blends in here. It'll tell you how many drops of each oil if you want to try that. And or other supplements that Young Living has, depending on what's going on, or inhaling or using a warm compress. And then it'll go into other types of headaches, like a vascular type, a migraine. There's other ones that can help specifically for that, or sinus or tension. So anyways, this is a fantastic book. I absolutely love it. I recommend it to everybody. Other than that, it also talks about, you can look in the back and it'll show you what oils are in different blends, if you're trying to find that out as well. And the VitaFlex points I was talking about on the bottom of the feet, there's a picture of that in here. I can't find it. But anyhow, and it's got lots of other information in the front of the book as well. And so I absolutely love this. I always recommend getting it. There's a couple other books. Gentle Babies by Deborah Rayburn is another book that can really help talk about how to use them on babies and kids and different blends for lots of different issues, or how to make your own blends for them. Healing Oils of the Bible is another one if you're interested in learning about the ancient history of how it's all mentioned in the Bible and how they used it there. Chemistry of Oils. There's so many different ones, and so I just highly recommend you to start learning and start experimenting for your family. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a good day.